Van Waganen was always a bad idea because the substance didn't match the sizzle. And now we see all the things that Brodie did wrong. All of them. Now, this is not to take the ownership off of the hook because the Mets were dysfunctional before Brodie and they'll be dysfunctional after Brodie. That's ownership. But if you entrust a general manager to change the culture and the culture gets worse, which it has, then it's on the GM. And it's a shame because the Mets organization chased the star. Oh, yeah, that sounds good, the twinkle. And Brodie was convinced he was smarter than he was. And it's all getting thrown back into his face because he's not a true leader. He's a salesman. And this won't change because I don't think Brodie is going to take one on the chin and say, you know what, my mistake. And this is what happens when you are ego-soaked, and this is what happens when you can't look in the mirror and admit what your flaws are. Before the season, Brodie Van Waganen said about the Mets, come get us. We're the favorite to the National League East. Hey, man, you've never held this job. Shut up. Put your head down, build the winner, and if it doesn't work, learn from your mistakes. But don't act like you have everything figured out already because you don't. You've never held a job in a baseball front office. But Brodie couldn't help himself because he's going to talk the talk and be brash and be bold and to try to convince everybody that he knows things that he doesn't. And this is where ego always takes you down. Imagine the first day on your job, having never worked in that profession before, you said, I'm the best. People would laugh at you. And this was misinterpreted for confidence. Well, had Brodie Van Waganen worked for 15 years in a baseball front office, okay. Had he been assistant general manager and then been promoted, okay. Had he been on the job for 10 years, okay. But you've never held the job and you walked in and you thought you had it all figured out and could do it better than anybody. It is the danger of ego. And Van Waganen now looks like a complete and utter idiot, a failure, and that's how quickly it can blow up in your face. Look, Mickey Callaway should know better than to try to fight media. Vargas should be the same way. But at the end of the day, all of the culture problems that reside right now in that organization have gotten incredibly worse since Sandy Alderson left and Brodie Van Waganen took over. And that has a lot to do with a GM that thinks he's smarter than he is and has it all figured out.